Hello, this video is not going to be the best quality because I'm filming in my car with the windows open in a parking lot, but as the house is building, and I just want to walk you through you guys through the process of what this looks like. So I'm building, or my husband and I are building a home with KB Homes in Houston, Texas, and it's been a process so far. So from the beginning, we went, we looked, we saw a lot, we liked a lot. So our earnest payment was $5,640 for earnest, and that's on the higher side. Some people only pay $1,700, some people only pay $25, but ours in total was $5,640. Right now we're in the process of building, so I can only speak until that point, and then I'll probably make another video on what that process looks like after. So we put down the earnest money, and then we started dealing with KB lenders. The incentive that we got was higher ceilings, 9-foot ceilings, and I think it was money toward closing, something like that. And we got the garage opener once we signed our contract. So there's that. So now we had to use their lenders to get their promotions or their incentive. So this process wasn't the easiest process. I was passed on. Okay, so the first guy that I got, I had to be in contact with him. He said he would send over some information, ended up not sending it over. Called him like a Monday morning. He's like, yeah, I passed your case on, and the next person will take care of you, so you'll hear from them. I was like, okay, I'm not a fan of that, but whatever. So then I got in touch with the next lady, and she, although very nice, she's also not a woman of her word. Like, when she said she would get me information, she wouldn't. I would have to call her, and the experience with KB lenders, not the best. Or my experience with KB lenders wasn't the best. My mom told me, not to expect much, blah, 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 and I'm okay with not hearing from you while this process is going on, but I'm reaching out to you. I'm having to call you. You would tell me, oh, by the end of day Friday, I'll get it to you. 2 weeks later, I still haven't received anything. So that was a bit of, that kind of ruined my experience with them. But the sales guy in the model home, fantastic. The person there's a person that's also connected to the lender that does a double check. She was also very nice, but that initial lending process was annoying. So I guess I'll speak about the, what do you call it? Oh, the selections. So this is a home building from the ground up. We went with an 1889 model. So that's the square footage that we went with. It's just my husband and I. So this is our starter home. I can't remember what the price is, and I'll get back to that. But so we dealt with Brielle Jones in the Houston selection process. Love her down. Okay, she's really nice. So if you're building with KB, or if you decide to build with KB, she's one of the really good ones in that selection home process. So that was pretty cool. So just kind of walking you through the selections that we made and pricing around that. I know a lot of people wanted to know pricing around that. So the selections that KB have as the, what do you call it? The basics as to what they're giving you, not the best, to be honest. The cabinet colors, very old. I just didn't like it. So there's things that I was worried about changing because of pricing and stuff like that. But we overall, I think we made some good selections. So in the master, you can either do a what comes with is a kind of like a garden tub. My husband and I wanted a stand-up shower, so we ended up, or you can do a stand-up shower and a tub, but I don't like box showers, so we just went with a stand-up shower with a seat. It comes with a seat. That pricing was $15.59. If you wanted to change, so what I didn't know is that if you wanted to change the fixtures inside the bathroom, like if you wanted to do black fixtures or nickel, whatever the case is, you can't just change the sink. You have to change everything in there. So everything in the shower, the sinks, within the stand-up shower, the border you have to change, and the light fixture you also have to change. So to get black fixturing was $854. So this is going to be out of order. This is just how I wrote it as we were going through the process. So initially you're going to have a online appointment, and then you'll have an in-person appointment. So the online appointment, you pick things and then you go in and finalize those selections. So there's 2 appointments. So the second bathroom in the home that we chose, and the model that we chose, that second bathroom has a place where you can sit down and like do makeup, like a vanity kind of thing. If we wanted to just remove the vanity and keep it all cabinets, that would have been $279. Coach lightings on the side of the garage were $158. I added a few extra outlets. I added 3. That was $267. 2 in the bathroom, 2 extra outlets in the bathroom, and 1 in the laundry room for like ironing and stuff. Raised outlet in the den area for mounted TVs, that was $39. Pendant pre-wire, we decided not to do the light, so we ended up doing a pre-wire, and that was $99, and we just did 1. So each pre-wire would be $99. Flooring throughout our entire, well, in the main areas except for, we did carpet in the rooms, was $5,106. That was one of our bigger purchases. Tiling in the bathroom, in the shower, to instead of it being builder grade, we did diagonal tiling, and that was $89 per bathroom. To upgrade the carpet padding was $223. To change our cabinets throughout the whole house was $1,520. The kitchen counters, instead of, we didn't like what came with, so we did quartz, which was maple blanco, which was $459. To change the kitchen backsplash, since we didn't like, again, what came, was $129, which was group 2 on that sheet that they originally give you, or you can do group 3 for $279. So we went with the cheaper option because we liked the tiling. That was $129. The sink that comes with the house is half and half, and I'm more of like a basin kind of girl. So that was $479. We ended up not doing that because my dad said that we can be able to switch that out no problem once we get the home, and it'll probably be cheaper. The counter height in the master bathroom, we raised from 30 to 36, and that was $249. My husband is on the taller side, So we liked the height in that master bathroom. For comfort height toilets, we ended up not going with this option, but to do it in the master bathroom to get that higher toilet would be $179, and in the master bathroom it would have been $139, but we ended up not doing that. Blinds cost $1,109 throughout the whole house. Gutters in the front of house would have been $449, but the full house would have been $1,429. We also didn't go with that option. The sprinkler system would have been $3,179 for back and front, and we decided not to go with that option either. And then in the second bathroom, the toilet is round, and we liked the elongated toilet, which comes in the master bathroom. So we decided to upgrade that toilet, and that was $95. Okay, so if we wanted to do a patio, a covered patio, that would have been $6,709. And if you didn't want a covered patio and you wanted to do like a slab, so what comes with the house is literally just a step out slab. It's literally like a square box. That's it, that's all. And if you wanted to add on to that, it would be $10 per square foot. So we decided not to go with any of those options. There's also an option for the master bedroom and the living room, the great room they call it, to do 11-foot ceilings in those two areas, and that would have been $8,799. But we decided not to go with any of those options to do so. So they also have the option for when you go to the design center, you can pay for some of these things out of pocket on your last visit. So we put down some money, and I don't know where we are in the overall cost of the home, but our total in upgrades was, oh, and we actually added a microwave. That also doesn't come Build-A-Grade, but you get the oven, the dishwasher. That's it, right? Yeah. So in order to put in a microwave, instead of it being a vent, we added a microwave at our last visit, which was that second visit, and that ended up being $209. So our overall total for the upgrades that we did was $10,201, and then we put down a cash deposit to bring that cost down a bit. But it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. We kind of stuck to kind of basic things, and then things, you know, will change later when we're inside the home. But that biggest cost would have been the ceilings, and I think that was $8,000 and change to go from 8 to 9 feet. Don't know why it cost so much, but I'm glad that was an incentive for us when we decided to build. So love that for us. But other than that, the experience hasn't been bad so far. I had a meeting with the, I don't know if it's a construction manager, building manager, whatever you call it. Very nice guy. His name is Kyle. I've enjoyed speaking with him. So we started this process, I want to say mid-September. And yes, because we put down our earnest money September 19th. And because of the whole lender process, It didn't get started right away because she was trying to get more information, not understanding what I'm saying, only being able to reach her after like 6 p.m. Like, I didn't enjoy my experience with that. But yes, we started this process. We put down the earnest money September 19th, and my first appointment at the design center was a month later, well, almost a month later, at 10/17. And then what I didn't like was that once everything went through, they were like, yeah, you need to make all your selections by November, before October ends. So I was like, make all my selections by the time. So I didn't like, it felt rushed all of a sudden, like, we got to get you in the design center. And I'm like, well, I'm traveling for the next 2 weekends. What then? So they ended up working with me, and at my first virtual appointment, which was about 3 to 4 hours long, via what app did we use? Teams or something like that. So that was the first appointment. They'll let you know your community max, so there's totals that you can't go over when you're picking your upgrades. There's also a process to where another guy will call from a company, like, where he will deal with all your like alarm systems, if you want to do surround sound, all of them kind of things. And that will also be a part of your upgrades. So that meeting has to happen with, I think it's like I was about to say Home Depot, but it's called Home something, and it's just like your alarm system setup and stuff like that. That's also a part of your upgrade package. So be careful that when you're making your selections, or not even, because the first appointment you'll make your selections, the second appointment will be with that Home Pro or something like that, and then your second appointment, they'll say, okay, well, you selected $5,000 worth of upgrade for our alarm system, so here's what's left in upgrades that you'll be able to do, or you can pay out of pocket. If you got it like that, be great. So that's kind of been our process so far. We decided not to do any alarm system setup or anything like that, so all of our money was allocated to doing the upgrades that we wanted to do, those bigger upgrades, because we don't want the hassle of like painting cabinets or changing out cabinets or moving in and then having to change the floors. So we did stuff like that. Pre-wiring, we decided to do the pre-wire because we can go to Home Depot and buy our own, pendant lights or whatever the case is. So there was just stuff that my parents, we spoke about, and they said, yeah, you can do that later, that's not a big deal. So we decided, to do what we wanted to do, and then the things that we wanted to change later we'll be able to do once we move in. And some of the stuff will cost less as well. Excuse me, I'm like salivating. Some of the stuff will cost less as well. So we decided, not to go with the sink or change out any of the faucets and stuff like that. So yeah, that's been my process so far. We are, as far as closing, we got a date. I'm not gonna say, just because I'm just not. But as the process goes, I've been wanting to do this because a lot of the YouTube videos that I found, although helpful, like I didn't get pricing or stuff like that. So I thought I'd add my little 2 cents in where that was concerned. And if you guys have any questions about the process or my process so far, or anything more on pricing, you will go, you pick out your elevation. Depending on the elevation, you is different pricing for that. You'll literally, if you're building a home from the ground up, you pick out everything, even your grout color, which I had no clue about. So I was in the design center picking out grout color for the bathroom, the kitchen, the backsplash in the kitchen, my outside grout color, that the ones that I want to go between the brick, You even pick if you want like the window seal is, I don't know if it's the window seal or like the window in general, if you want almond, or if you want white. So it's definitely been an experience, an enjoyable experience. There's like Facebook groups that are I don't know if they're helpful or not, depending. A lot of people don't like KB, but I haven't heard anything about Houston KB. I've heard like, Arizona, and other places that they build It's Trash. But I also, we decided to go, my realtor told us to do a third-party inspector. So a lot of the things that maybe people are getting away with in other states, or even in this state, they're not getting away with on the house that I'm building, or the house that my husband and I are building, because we have that third-party inspector. So that's something that I would highly recommend. When he went out before the foundation was poured, there were some things that needed to be fixed, and those things got fixed before the foundation was poured. And you want your foundation to be solid, both naturally and spiritually. But excuse me. Yeah, it's been a great experience so far. If you have any questions or anything more you want to share, I'd be happy to answer. Yeah, I don't post on YouTube like that, so I guess I'll do like hashtags and stuff for people who are building with KB. Yeah, share your experience if you have a great one, if you have a bad one, because it helps people who are looking to buy, or looking for just builders overall. So yeah, I will hopefully update you guys on the process as it goes. But right now we're in the early stages. The foundation has been poured, so we can get our money back. That's the next thing. Once the foundation is poured, it's yours, or it's not yours. You're just not going to get back your earnest money and the money that you've put in to build the home, because they've already bought the brick. Like, I got a email today. The brick has arrived, and the foundation is laid, the brick has arrived, and something else has arrived. So we're all in. We cannot renege on this agreement unless we want to lose all of our money. So yeah, if I left out anything again, let me know. And if you have any questions, let me know. Hopefully this is helpful to somebody. And yeah.